Violett director swore this scene was cut, but we found it. What does it reveal about the ending? You won't believe your eyes. The film opens with Sonia waking from a terrifying nightmare. She lives with her husband and young daughter, Violett, in a house deep in the woods. Sonia feels constantly uneasy there. Her husband, a doctor, leaves early for work, and Violett goes to school, leaving Sonia completely alone. The isolation begins to consume her. Even when her husband and daughter return home each evening, she still feels lonely and detached because her husband never seems to make time for her. Their relationship is clearly strained. Later that night, Violett watches Snow White, fixated on the scene where the witch forces Snow White to eat the poisoned apple. After dinner, Sonia puts her to bed. Violett asks Eva to sleep with her. Confused, Sonia asks, "Who is Eva?" Violett says Eva is a doll under her bed. When Sonia checks, she finds a doll placed there by a strange woman. Sonia warns her daughter not to accept gifts from strangers and takes the doll with her. Her mother notices her distress, but when Sonia expresses that something feels wrong about the house, she's dismissed and told everything will be fine. Her husband asks what's bothering her, but Sonia refuses to open up. Later, while in the bath, she dreams of being in a beautiful flower field as a radio report about missing children plays in the background. The next day, Violett asks her mother what happens after death. She says a classmate told her that people are buried like plants and never return. Sonia tells her not to think about such things and warns her again not to talk to strangers. One day, while Sonia is alone at home, an old woman appears at her door with fruits from her fallen tree. She introduces herself as a neighbor, but when Sonia refuses to take them, the woman suddenly becomes hostile and says, "These fruits would make your child live long, but you don't want that. You want her dead." Her face twists into something horrifying, resembling the witch from Snow White. Sonia panics and shuts the door. We then see flashes of Sonia's childhood. Her father was abusive and forced her to work on his farm. She once drew a picture of a killer next to her, which enraged him. It becomes clear she suffered immense trauma growing up. Back in the present, Sonia's mother apologizes for not protecting her from her father. That night, Sonia dreams of being in the same flower field with Violett, flying kites together. Strange hallucinations intensify. Colors fade to black and white like an old film. She sees an ice cream truck where a man feeds severed fingers to children, including Violett, but it's just another illusion. That night, Sonia hugs Violett tightly and promises to protect her no matter what. Her husband takes them on a fishing trip, but Violett stays distant from him. She spends more time painting with her mother. When they return home, Violett shows a disturbing painting that includes a doll resembling the witch who brought the fruit. Another day, Sonia encounters a roadside painter who shows her a painting of the missing children. He suddenly transforms into a ghost before everything snaps back to normal. Sonia's mind is spiraling. Her husband tries to comfort her and asks what he can do to regain her love. Sonia insists she loves him, but she's visibly unstable. Memories resurface of her father punishing her by forcing her to sleep alone with a goat skull, telling her it was a demon that would decide if she lived. Though it was just to scare her, the trauma stuck with her into adulthood. Later, a plumber arrives to fix something. While checking the sink, he finds a hidden camera, Violett's camera that Sonia had gifted her on her 10th birthday. But why was it there? When Sonia tries to tell her husband, she notices the camera is gone and accuses him of taking it. He claims she's imagining things. Sonia snaps, screaming for Violett. To her, her husband appears like a demon. Suddenly, everything makes sense. Her husband tells her to forget about Violett because she's gone, dead. All this time, Violett was never really there. Sonia had been living in a fabricated reality. Every moment she imagined with Violett, school, TV, painting, was her coping mechanism. Sonia collapses in grief. She blames herself, believing that if she had picked Violett up from school that day, none of this would have happened. Her husband admits her to a mental hospital. After some time, she returns home, somewhat stable but still haunted. She becomes convinced the plumber kidnapped Violett. Her husband tries to reassure her, suggesting they could have another child. Sonia replies, Violett never wanted a sibling. She just wanted good parents. But I could never be a good mother. Her husband goes out, saying he'll return by nightfall. He walks into the woods with a shovel, digs, and reveals Violett's skull and body. She was never missing. She had been murdered and buried there. In a flashback, we see Violett had found the skull while fishing and made videos with it using her camera. Her father told her to stop, but she refused. In a moment of rage or panic, he accidentally killed her. To protect Sonia from the truth, he buried Violett and pretended she'd been kidnapped. Overwhelmed with guilt, he later shoots himself. Sonia finds the camera outside and watches the footage. In it, she tries to take the skull from Violett. During the struggle, one of its sharp horns slices Violett's throat, killing her. It was Sonia. The father had taken the blame to spare her. Sonia breaks down completely. All her hallucinations, guilt, and trauma collide. She realizes her husband carried the burden alone to protect her from herself. As she kneels beside the graves of her husband and daughter, police arrive and uncover the truth. The film ends with Sonia devastated, broken by childhood abuse, mental illness, and unbearable guilt. She has lost everything: her child, her husband, and her sanity. The recovered scene for Violett completely redefines the film's ending, revealing that Violett never disappeared. She died at home, likely by accident, and her mother, Sonia, was involved without realizing it. Instead of reporting the truth, her husband secretly buried Violett and fabricated the kidnapping story to shield Sonia from the guilt. Every eerie vision Sonia experienced, the witch, the skull, the missing children, wasn't supernatural but her mind trying to confess what really happened. This twist turns the movie from a mystery about external danger into a heartbreaking story of denial, trauma, and a mother unknowingly haunted by her own actions. Still confused about the ending? Don't worry, even the actors were. Let's argue about it below, and hit subscribe for more chaos. Our next movie recap is a total disaster.